In this podcast episode, Ben Shapiro discusses the recent political landscape following Donald Trump's decisive victory in the presidential election. Shapiro expresses a sense of optimism about the incoming Trump administration, highlighting the strategic staffing decisions being made and the potential for significant policy changes that could benefit the American economy and society at large. Shapiro begins by reflecting on the unexpected optimism he feels regarding Trump's upcoming presidency. Contrary to the predictions of many political analysts who anticipated that Trump would surround himself with incompetent staff, Shapiro notes that the individuals being appointed are experienced and respected figures within the Republican Party. He specifically mentions Susie Wiles, who has been appointed as White House Chief of Staff, as a strong choice due to her extensive experience in political campaigns and her ability to navigate complex political landscapes. The podcast delves into the various names being considered for key positions in the Trump administration. Shapiro discusses potential candidates for roles such as National Security Advisor, Treasury Secretary, and Secretary of State, emphasizing that these individuals are well equipped to handle their respective responsibilities. He highlights the importance of having a team that understands the intricacies of governance and can effectively implement Trump's agenda, which includes tax cuts, deregulation, and a focus on energy production. Shapiro also points out that the business community is enthusiastic about Trump's return to power, with many investors predicting robust economic growth. He cites comments from business leaders who believe that Trump's policies will lead to increased productivity and innovation, ultimately benefiting all Americans. This sentiment is echoed by various financial analysts who anticipate a positive shift in the market as a result of Trump's election. The discussion shifts to foreign policy, where Shapiro outlines Trump's plans for a maximum pressure campaign against Iran. He emphasizes that the new administration will focus on increasing sanctions and diplomatically isolating Iran to curb its support for terrorist organizations. Shapiro notes that Trump's approach will be informed by the previous administration's experiences and the need to protect American interests abroad. Shapiro also highlights the stark contrast between Trump's foreign policy and that of the Biden administration, particularly regarding the Middle East. He argues that Trump's policies will restore stability and deter aggression from adversaries, while the Biden administration's approach has led to increased chaos and instability. As the podcast progresses, Shapiro addresses the left's reaction to Trump's victory. He discusses how prominent leftist figures, including Joy Reid and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, are blaming various demographic groups for the election results, particularly focusing on Latino voters who supported Trump. Shapiro critiques this narrative, arguing that it reflects a deeper issue within the Democratic Party, which has increasingly relied on identity politics to galvanize support. Shapiro points out that the left's continued focus on identity politics and victimhood is counterproductive and alienates potential voters. He encourages Democrats to reconsider their approach, suggesting that their current strategy of blaming others for their failures will only lead to further losses in future elections. The podcast also touches on the implications of Trump's victory for the Senate. Shapiro discusses the potential leadership changes, particularly with Mitch McConnell stepping down and the prospects for a more unified Republican agenda. He emphasizes the need for the Senate to act as an engine for Trump's policies rather than merely a rubber stamp, advocating for legislative measures that will solidify the administration's priorities. Shapiro expresses confidence that the new Republican majority in the Senate will work collaboratively with Trump to enact meaningful reforms, particularly in areas such as immigration and economic policy. He believes that this partnership will be crucial for achieving long-term goals and ensuring that the administration's initiatives are not easily undone by future administrations.